Yo, what's up, guys? Y'all already know who it is, man. It's Black Superman, the one and only Black Superman, coming at y'all with a very important video. Guys, this is the Virility Kings podcast. I know it's been a minute since I did an episode, guys, but look, I'm here. I'm here in the flesh. I'm ready to get it popping, and y'all see exactly what the title of this video is. Y'all see it. Lower Gynecomastia, Noticeability. Like a king, guys. Now, look, the reason why I added this into my podcast is simply because I know a lot of my guys that watch me, I know a lot of my fellow kings that watch me are dealing with gynecomastia. If you're new to this channel and you don't know, or new to this podcast, I actually have been dealing with gynecomastia, man boobs, for ever since I was about 12 years old. And one of the reasons why I got on YouTube was simply to help guys deal with that. Pretty much sharing my journey, sharing what I've been going through, sharing all types of things, and just being motivational, guys. So, hey, I figured on this podcast, I had to do an episode where I'm talking about and actually giving y'all information on how to naturally lower the noticeability of your gyno, right? Naturally. Now, we all know, guys, I'm going to make sure I say this before I even get into the material of this video. We all know that you have to get the surgery in order to completely remove the gynecomastia, the actual gland that's behind your nipple. You have to get the surgery to get rid of that completely. I want to make sure I say this firmly, assertively, and clearly. All right. Now, with that being said, guys, I still deal with gyno. Let me repeat it one more time for you. I still deal with gynecomastia. Okay. But the whole point and the whole object of what I present, and specifically what I discovered over years and time of research, over years and time of doing different things, I figured out ways, and I figured out appropriate ways to lower the noticeability of gyno. So if anybody asks you, or if you hear anybody talking about Black Superman, if we're going to talk about gyno, I help my men lower the noticeability of gyno. So I'm going to say it one more time. You can only fully get rid of the gyno, the breast tissue, the glandular lump behind the nipple. You can only get rid of that if you get surgery. If you get the surgery. If you don't get the surgery, you're not going to fully get rid of it. But guess what? Black Superman, I help you lower the noticeability of it. Trust and believe that, guys. So that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. This episode of the podcast is going to be about. So if y'all are excited about getting into this information, man, I want y'all to go ahead and smash the like button right now, man. Smash the like button. If you want to share this video, go ahead and share it, man. And I'm going to definitely get into this material. Yo, Giannis and Tet, salute. He said, what's up, Superman? Giannis and Tet, he said, ready for this message. I'm happy, man. I'm glad y'all ready for this message. This is a powerful message, guys. And as kings, any of my other kings that's dealing with gyno like I am, it is our responsibility to lower the noticeability of it. And I'm here to tell you guys that there are fundamental ways and there are strategic ways that you can do this, okay? So I'm excited to get into this, guys. Will F, he says, Superman, I found a non-invasive procedure, Coolsculpting. Still haven't seen full results. All right, so it's so interesting that you said something about that. I actually don't get any of my clients to do Coolsculpting. I have heard of it, obviously, and I'm not here to say that it doesn't work. To each his own, you know what I'm saying? If you guys want to try out Coolsculpting, you can. If y'all want me to do a video on that, I'll definitely do a separate video. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. Even in the bulk of what I'm going to present to you guys today, guys are getting results lowering the noticeability of their gyno, and they're not using Coolsculpting at all. So not to say that it won't work and it doesn't work over time. It may actually be a potential thing to help lower. But if anything, I would just use it as an additive to add into what I'm going to present to y'all, all right? Or what I present to you. It won't hurt anything, all right? Awesome. Hassan Allah, he said, how to cycle collagen? That's a real great question, man. Collagen is awesome. I mean, it's obviously good. Some people might have some side effects to it depending on what they're going through. I even heard some research about if guys are dealing with any type of personality or mood disorders, that collagen may not be the best option. Not 100% sure on why. If you guys want to look into that, you can definitely research it. But as y'all already know, this video is pretty much focused on gynecomastia, how to lower gynecomastia. And I'm going to go ahead and get started now, all right? And matter of fact, let me go ahead and set up something real quick. So when I'm ready to present this info to y'all, y'all already be on point and already be there. I'll actually, more than likely, I'll just throw it in the chat and I'll type it in once I get to that point. All right, guys. So first and foremost, starting this video off, this is going to be very interesting. I'm excited to finally do this. And I want to make sure I say this too. I dropped a course last year. I don't know if you guys remember. So I'm going to get back into it, guys. So pretty much I'm going to go ahead and start the material in terms of natural ways to do this. Now, so the first thing that I want you guys to understand about this process is this is something that's going to take you some time. First and foremost, I want to make sure I make this clearly, guys. When you focus on lowering the noticeability of your gynecomastia, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. But I will say this: it's different time frames for each individual. It depends on your level of weight and obesity or body fat. It depends on how much gyno you actually have and you're dealing with. It also depends on a number of things, your hormonal health. There's a few things that's going to dictate how long it may take for you to fully lower the noticeability of your gyno. But what I want you to know is you can most certainly do it. Now, like I always tell people, Rome was not built in a day. So you cannot assume or think, oh man, as soon as I get this information, I'm going to apply this information and my gyno is going to be gone in 2 weeks, or my gyno is going to be gone in 2 months, or my gyno is going to be gone in 6 months. I want to make sure I be stern on this, guys. It depends on the individual. It depends on what level of gyno you have. There's levels from 1 to 7. It depends on how much breast tissue you have. Another thing that's going to depict it is what kind of gyno you have. Do you have pseudogynecomastia, where it's mostly body fat, right? And then you have the glandular gynecomastia, which is mostly the gland, okay? And then some guys even deal with a certain, pretty much what would kind of go more to the pseudogynecomastia is if you have like puffy nipples, more of a puffy nipple. So there's so many different things that's going to dictate your journey in lowering your gyno. But the biggest thing I want to be certain about is you can lower the noticeability of it. One thing I can never tell anybody, I've never told any of my clients or any of the guys that I've helped to do this, is, you can do this in 3 months. Now, it depends on, like I said, what level of gyno you're dealing with. So that's one of the biggest things I want to make sure I be clear about. All right. It does take time. And then another thing I want to state, just so you know, just so y'all will be prepared in this journey and just so you won't get discouraged. All right. You can go through certain situations where your gyno can reappear or the noticeability of your gyno can return. Okay. So this is something I want y'all to really take seriously in going and stepping into this journey of lowering your gynecomastia naturally. It can return. I've had this happen to me numerous times. If you go back in the history of my videos, you can see where I clearly talk about it. I'm like, my gyno has come back, boom, 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 boom. So with that being said, guys, keep all of this stuff in your mind. This is going to arm you. It's going to also, keep you situated within your mind frame and being in this journey. It's also going to help you stay dedicated because okay, if it's looking like it's coming back, I still can deal with this. I just need to fix and adjust what I'm doing. That's what I want y'all to fully accept. But most importantly, your gyno can be lowered. All right. Your gyno can be lowered. So now that I got that out the way. All right. So the first thing that's really, really going to change the way that your gynecomastia look, you are going to have to adopt a bodybuilding lifestyle. Okay. Point blank, period. You're going to have to adopt a bodybuilding lifestyle where you're definitely going to be into lifting weights and you're definitely going to be into eating more of a healthier diet, or at least tailoring your diet so that you can cultivate and change your whole body composition. All right. Yo, Sky the Limit. What up? What up? Salute to my man, Sky the Limit 925. You are going to have to take on a bodybuilding approach. You're going to have to take on an approach where you are ready to transform your body. The reason why I say this is because this is specifically what it's going to take for you to lower the noticeability of your gyno. You're going to have to undergo phases of cutting down and lowering your body fat. You're also going to have to undergo phases of building muscle. Now, Y'all hear me saying that, and y'all probably like, oh man, he's just saying just go on a cutting and bulking phase. That's easy. No, it's not that simple. You have to know the specific things and the specific approaches that you want to take in order to cultivate what you're going for and what you're going after. So that means in your actual training, you need to be hitting certain movements and hitting certain angles, right? That's going to cultivate and develop the type of chest that you want. Okay. It would be one thing for me to come to you and be like, look, go on a cutting cycle and then go on a bulking cycle and then go on a cutting cycle and then go on a bulking cycle and then go on a cutting cycle and then your gyno is going to be gone. I'd literally be just leading you down the road with a freaking blindfold around your eyes, man, because that's not going to do it. It's not going to take care of your gyno. It's not going to lower it. Now, it may change the way that it looks, but if you're not hitting those muscles in the right angles, if you're not actually hitting multiple muscle groups to give that appearance of gyno not even being on your chest, then you're going to look better, but your gyno's still going to be there. So with that being said, you have to undergo a cutting and bulking lifestyle. And I would recommend that you do a lean bulking lifestyle, not a dirty bulk. So not a bulk where you like, I'm gonna eat all I want so I could build this muscle. Nope, can't do that. Not when you're lowering gyno. When you're lowering gynecomastia or you're lowering the noticeability of it, you're gonna have to cut down, lower your body fat, right? And then you're gonna have to build dense muscle, and you're gonna have to maintain that in a lean fashion. So this is the first tip that's going to help you lower the noticeability of your gyno. You're going to have to get a great cutting program and plan, and also a muscle building program and plan. All right. That's key. That is key. And you have to do it correctly. So now let's go into the cutting phase. When you're cutting, you're going to have to focus on your actual workout splits. Okay. The biggest thing for you, since you're trying to lower gynecomastia, you want to keep cortisol levels as low as possible. You want to keep your cortisol levels at a healthy space. Why? Why do you ask that? Because once your cortisol gets too high, guess what that's going to cause? That's going to cause your body to do a number of things, okay? Potentially store fat. You're also going to go through issues where you're not going to be able to burn fat as easily or as well. Also, when your cortisol is off balance, guess what else happens? It causes some of your other hormones to get off balance, like say your estrogen levels, even testosterone. Ooh, I know y'all like, what are you talking about? Test now? Testosterone? It could cause your testosterone levels to get imbalanced when your cortisol is too high. So with that being said, while you're cutting, you're going to have to maintain a split that isn't going to be too stressful for you to the point where it will raise your cortisol levels. So I highly recommend, for lowering your gynecomastia naturally while you're cutting, the workout split that you should be doing should be either a three-day full body split routine. And let me be clear about this. Let me elaborate. So only 3 days out of the week, you're going to go to the gym. And on each one of those days, you're going to do a full body workout. Okay. You're going to work on your chest. You're going to work on your back. You're going to work on your legs. You understand? And there's things that I break it down, especially when I'm working with my guys and my clients. I break it down to a T in terms of how you want to structure those workouts and which parts of those the bodies you want to hit and what angles you want to hit on each day. But you're going to have to take on like a 3-day split and a full body routine. Why? Because this gives you optimal recovery time while you're cutting down. And guess what? You're not going to be overstressed. Henceforth, if you're not overstressed, that'll keep your cortisol levels balanced. Okay? Now, it's a lot of information that I can give in this video. I'm going to make sure I balance it out so it's not too overwhelming for y'all. And I'm going to give y'all a great option. So if you stay for most of this video, you're going to get a great option that you're actually going to be able to do. Matter of fact, I may as well go ahead and say it now. So if you haven't heard yet, I was going to do an OnlyFans, right? I was going to do an OnlyFans where I literally was going to put information on there on the regular basis about how to lower gynecomastia, all my tricks, all my everything, tips and everything. I was going to do an OnlyFans, and you can get all the benefits, all the information on that OnlyFans, but I tried to do it and I was having issues with OnlyFans, so that's not going to work. So what I decided to do is I've created a private Facebook group, right, for only subscribed members, and I'm going to put all my information, everything that I know, in this group. I'm going to post it in this group, classified information. Nobody else can get it, and it's going to be all the information that I know to lower the noticeability of your gynecomastia. All right, I'm talking about lower it completely. So you're gonna have all the info in that group. You just have to subscribe to it, like as if it was on OnlyFans, but it's not OnlyFans. It's my private Facebook group. It's called Man Boob Killer Exclusive Group. All right, and I'll leave the link in the chat if you guys are interested in subscribing to that group. But it's gonna have all the information, every single thing that I know. Okay, but I'm still gonna give y'all some tips on here, right? All the deep, detailed stuff is gonna be in that group, and I'll make sure I say it while I'm giving y'all this information. But I'm telling you right now, you can't beat it. It's gonna have all the stuff from my course, in which I was charging people $700 at one point for that course. All right, it's gonna have all that information, all the videos in that course, all the material in that course, and I'm going to be giving even more daily information, or if not daily, probably more than likely like every few days. But trust and believe, you're going to have all the info that you need. All right, all the information that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat right now, guys. And look, if y'all are interested in me going more forward with more tips, go ahead and throw a like on the video. If you just hopped on, I'm going to throw this link in the chat for y'all real quick. And guys, I'm telling you, this group is going to be amazing. It's going to have everything that you need, all the information. I wasn't going to do it at first because I was like, man, you know, I could really charge people a lot of money. But at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. That's not why I do this channel. And that's not why I started wanting to help guys with gyno. I originally wanted to help my guys with gyno because I was going through it and I was getting so many emails from different guys saying, man, I got to do something about this gyno, man. You know, I'm embarrassed around women. I'm embarrassed around my own family. Like, I don't even feel comfortable taking my shirt off around anybody. You know, and I connected with that. I remember being 14 and feeling like that. I remember being 14 and taking my shirt off and getting clowned when it was time to play basketball, you know, skins versus shirts. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like when you with a girl and you a virgin, right? And you chilling with a girl and you thinking about, you know, getting something popping with a chick and you take your shirt off and she's like, oh, you got titties. I'm leaving, you know. I know what these things feel like. You understand? So that's why I do this. That's why I do this. So I figured I'm gonna go ahead and put all the course information in that group, guys, and it's just gonna be a $35 subscription, and that's it. And you ain't even got to worry about buying a whole group or anything like that. I mean, not the group, buying the whole course or anything like that. But I know what it's like, guys. So that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and just give it all away in this group, guys. So I got it in the chat, and as of right now, what we're doing right now, it's like 4 questions on there. When you go to that link, you'll answer the 4 questions and then submit it, and you'll be approved. All right, we're just waiting to get everybody to, you know, get everything situated, and then boom, you'll be approved as long as you know, go through the questions and everything aligns with your questions. All right. So got that out the way. But let me get back into this information. So yeah, so I talked about the cutting phase, guys. That's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to do a 3-day full body split, just to keep your cortisol at a healthy place and not overstress your body. Because when you raise that cortisol, guess what it's going to cause? It's going to cause puffy nipples. It's going to cause you to store more fat. Guys, it's not going to help you lower your gyno. All right. So either a 3-day full body workout split, or you can do a 4-day workout split where you're doing when you're doing upper lower. So upper lower split, right? 1 day upper, next day lower, 3rd day upper, 4th day lower. Boom. And you rest 3 days out of the week. These are going to be key workout splits, guys, because it's going to really, really help with keeping your cortisol levels at a decent space and place, and not overworking your body. All right. So all that information is definitely going to be in that group, guys, with the link that I gave you. So yeah, I'm excited about this group, man. I think that this is going to be freaking amazing. A lot of guys are going to be getting some great results. All right. As far as building muscle, your biggest approach when lowering gynecomastia, especially with your diet, and lowering the noticeability is to focus on the lean bulk, like I said earlier. So don't go eating fast food and eating all this bull crap. You see what I'm saying? It's going to stop you from lowering your gyno. There's so many things that could trigger gyno, that could trigger puffy nipples, that could trigger, for your body to start storing fat or holding a whole bunch of excess water, henceforth making your gyno look worse. There's so many different things that can cause that. So definitely 100% want y'all to understand the importance of that. All right. Lean bulking is going to be key. All right. Now hold up real fast. Let me throw this in here real quick. Create another banner for y'all. www.facebook groups/Virility Kings. Done. All right, y'all. Oh, that ain't spelled right at all, y'all. Hold up. All right. Let me fix that for y'all, man. But yeah. So it's very important, guys. It's very imperative that when you're going through your muscle phase, that you don't go in that direction and think like, all right, man, the more I eat, the bigger I'm going to get and the better muscle I'm going to build. No, you need to gradually up your carbs in your bulking phase and build muscle. Now, in the cutting phase, in terms of how you work out, you want to be targeting your chest in multiple areas, and you need to be hitting your entire chest. All right. That's decline bench press, incline bench press, flat bench press, different variations of the bench press, dumbbell bench press, flat, incline, and decline. Like you need to be hitting all angles. You need to get on the cables, and you need to be doing all areas and variations of cables. Why? Coming in, you could do cross, coming from high, coming downward. Okay. And one of my favorite is where you literally come from the sides here with the cables, pull them down here, and literally go straight down. Guys, that's going to work your entire chest, guys. But the main thing in terms of your muscle building and changing the way that your chest looks is cultivating that chest. So when you go through a muscle building phase, you're going to have to focus on hitting all angles of your chest. You have to understand that when you're lowering gynecomastia, or the noticeability of it, chest is going to be your priority. But here's another tip. You want to really, really work on your back and your rear delts. And this is why you want to work on your back and your rear delts. The more development you get in your rear delts and your back, it's going to fix your posture. And guess what else it's going to do? It's going to pull your shoulders back a bit. With your shoulders being back some, that'll actually give a better appearance of a more sculpted and flatter chest. All right. So your main muscles and the muscles that you're going to focus on the most is obviously going to be your whole entire chest. And then you're going to focus on your rear delts and your rhomboids in your back. When as your shoulders become back and as you begin to pull your shoulders back, guess what that's going to do? That is going to give off a greater appearance of a better sculpted chest. How do y'all think that I lowered the noticeability of my gyno, guys? It was simply that. I focused on my chest, and I focused on all angles of my chest, and I focused on rhomboids, right? Rhomboids in the back and rear delts. And when I made that priority, I noticed that I started to change. My posture started to change. The way that my chest looked started to change. And as my shoulders came back, I noticed that the noticeability of my gyno started to lower and vanish. So in a nutshell, guys, this is what's going to really help you lower the noticeability of your gyno. It's going through those cutting phases and those bulking phases, right? And focusing on all variations and angles of hitting your chest and all angles and variations. And then also your rear delts and your upper back and your rhomboids. Focusing on those muscle groups is going to change the appearance of how your chest looks. All right. So those are going to have to be key muscles that you're hitting multiple times a week. All right. You're still going to work on your other body parts. You're still going to work on the other parts of your back. Still going to work on your legs, obviously hamstrings, glute muscles, calf muscles, and all that. You want your whole body to look good and be proportioned, but you're going to do chest, you're going to do rear delts, and you're going to do your rhomboids multiple times a week. Now, if you take on the full body approach, obviously you're already going to be doing it, but you may want to add in an extra day where you're doing chest and rear delts. You understand? So for all the specific information on that, guys, a lot of that will be in the group, in the private group in which I just talked about, and I do have the link actually right here, where you could actually join and apply, answer the questions, and apply for the group. But yeah, all that information is going to be there. And if you guys are interested, you could even contact me and work with me one-on-one. So I will literally tailor your whole entire workout program, workout regimen, and everything. It'll already be set for you, and you literally follow what I tell you and teach you, and set up for you, and you'll be set. I train the guys that want to lower gyno. I train them differently than how I train my regular clients that just want to get in shape or look better or lower body fat. Your whole program is going to be customized totally different because you're going to be hitting different muscles and you're going to be doing different things. All right. Big thing I want to make clear to y'all. If you want to change the way that your muscle look, you need to start hitting that same muscle multiple times a week. All right. Now, this is a big gym that I ain't even really have to throw in here, but I'm just doing it just because y'all are my guys. All right. You need to be hitting specific muscles multiple times a week if you want to really change the way that they look. All right. Now, in the private group, the Man Boob Killer exclusive group, there's going to be specific things. I have videos where I'm breaking it down on, like, I'm talking about different tempos on how you should hit your muscles when you're doing your reps. Man, I'm going to be honest. I thought about it the other day and I really was kind of debating, like, man, am I sure I want to just throw it all away in a group like that? But I had to think, I'm like, nah, I'm not throwing it away. I'm putting it to use. I'm excited to see how many testimonials are going to come out of this group. I can't wait to hear how many guys say, man, I've been doing all the stuff that you said, and my gyno, my chest looks totally different now. All right. So that's what I'm excited about. Now, like I said before in the beginning of this video, in this episode, you know, it's going to take time, and it depends on the individual. It depends on how bad your gyno is, or what level of gyno you have. It depends on how much body fat you have. It depends on what type of gyno you got. That's what's going to kind of dictate how long it's going to take. But trust and believe, it's more than worth it once you start going. All right. I've had one client where he started applying the stuff that I was telling him and teaching him about everything, and he started to notice a huge difference in like 2 months, right? But then there's been other guys who it took about a year for them to see it. And then I got some guys who noticed a huge difference in 3 weeks because they implemented another thing in which I'm about to talk to y'all about next. But they implemented pharmacological choices to help lower the gynecomastia, to help lower the glandular lump behind their nipple. And pretty much that's what's going to be in a private group as well, guys. But utilizing pharmacological options, meaning specific things that can help with, you know, either blocking aromatase or lowering aromatase, like an aromatase inhibitor. There's different things actually that you could utilize that will be in a private group that can help really lower that, and even potentially help shrink the glandular lump behind your nipple. Now, if you're under 18 years old, guys, you know, you obviously you can't. I'm not going to give that information to people that are under 18 years old. And to be honest with you, if you're under 18, I'm not even going to allow you to come in the private group because some of the information, you know, you got to be over 18 to even purchase it. So, and I wouldn't even want somebody under 18 to even try that. Like, I wouldn't want that. I don't think it would be wise for somebody under 18 to go in that direction, right? Because it takes a conscious decision. It's something that you really got to decide on for yourself. But there are some pharmacological options that can help lower the gland behind your nipple, right? Naturally. So that's something to look forward to in the private group. And I just want to put that out there, that there are pharmacological options that you can try. All right. So now that I put that out there and said that, hold on, let me check the chat real quick. Now, power over vanity. Yo, what up? Salute. Oh, Pove Josh, what up, man? I see you. Salute. So, yeah, guys, there are some pharmacological options that you could utilize, but like I said, it will be in the private group. Actually, my man Pove Josh, he's in here right now. He actually ended up copping the course too. That was back when it was on sale. And before I added more stuff to it and more information to it. But Like it's a lot more stuff in there now. Actually, it's enhanced with more updated information. So, but like I said, I'm not even worried about selling the course anymore. I'm just going to put it all in the private group. The private Facebook group. So if you subscribe to that group, you're going to have all that info, which is good for you. All right. Now let me go ahead and get into some other information. One of the biggest things that you want to focus on is the type of foods that you are eating. Okay. You need to start to have a better understanding of how your body responds to the different types of foods that you eat. Okay. Earlier, when I said that there's different types of gynecomastia and there's different types of gyno, right? There's different types. You got gynecomastia, which is mostly fat. And then obviously you have glandular gyno. And then you got some men that just deal with puffy nipples, just soft puffy nipples. Point blank period. Either way it goes, I'm here to tell you, I believe that all of the guys that deal with these things are more than likely dealing with more estrogen in their body, right? It could be estrogen dominance, or it could just be a higher level of estrogen, okay? And we have to understand that there's so many different foods that can cause a hormonal response from our body. That could cause a spike in estrogen, could cause a spike in insulin, cortisol, a number of things. And guess what happens when these spikes happen? Our body responds, our physical body responds to it. You ever, and some of my younger guys may not be able to relate, or maybe you can, but you ever like ate like a Debbie cake or something, or like a honey bun or something, and just kind of felt like more jiggly and more soft, like your body? You're like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, or like your gyno feel more puffy, or like certain areas of your body feel a little more jiggly and all that. That is your body responding to what you ate. Okay. And a lot of the guys that's dealing with gyno, because I've asked many guys, I've asked my clients, I've asked many guys that's dealing with gyno, and they can attest to it. They're like, yeah, I've noticed after I ate, say a whole bunch of carbs or something, that like, yeah, my body felt a little more jiggly. My butt felt more jiggly, like my thighs and stuff felt more jiggly, or like certain areas where I carry fat at the most felt more flabby. That's because your body is responding to the food that you're eating. So this is one of the biggest and most important parts of lowering the noticeability of your gyno. You have to figure out what your sensitive foods are. You have to figure out what your body is sensitive to and what your body may be responding to. So to put this more in more simple terms, really start focusing on how certain foods make you feel and how certain foods make you look. Okay. When you eat certain foods, are you feeling getting bloated? Are you like I said earlier, do you feel like you're carrying more water? Do you feel more flabby? Like I like Adam Sandler, you know what I'm saying? I'm 33, so you know what I'm saying, I grew up in Big Daddy, you know, back when the movie Big Daddy was out. I was like 12 when that came out. But you know, I think Adam Sandler said something. He was like, I think he said like, I eat a Debbie cake and my ass is jiggling for weeks or some shit like that. But that's some real shit. Like that's real. Like a lot of men and a lot of guys are dealing with that. And he was pretty much talking about how old he was getting, but in a nutshell, guys, that's simply our body just responding to what we're putting in our body. So you really want to become very cognizant of what you're putting in your body and how your body reacts to it. All right, push that across, make sure I made that clear. And look, like the video, guys, if y'all really enjoying the information and the value that I'm giving y'all in this video, throw a like on the video, please. So identify those foods. For me, I'm gonna just go over a few foods that I noticed before. And to be honest with you, I don't really notice it as much now. And I believe it's because I did a lot of things to repair and fix how my body, well, my health, first of all, my hormonal health, like a number of things. So I don't really go through these things as much as I used to because I made the changes and I did what I had to do. But my foods, my sensitive foods was like, shoot, man, it was a number of foods. Like at one point it was like brown rice, obviously sugar foods. So like cakes and shit, like high sugar, you know, like the normal stuff, like cakes and Debbie cakes and all these high sugar foods. And I noticed that. Or like if I ate a whole bunch of like greasy stuff, you know what I'm saying, or like a processed food, like frozen processed food that you could throw in the oven and cook, those were my sensitive foods. And when I ate those foods, I noticed that my gyno looked worse. I noticed that my nipples looked more puffier. And I noticed even the rest of my body reacted to that. So figure out what your trigger foods are. I like to call them gyno foods. Start to pay attention to your chest after you eat certain foods and see how your body's doing. And if you notice that when you're eating these foods, your gyno is looking worse or it's more protruding or whatever the case is, you need to cut those foods out. You need to cut them out. You need to cut them out. And you need to allow your body to hormonally reset, right? Give your body time to charge up and hormonally reset. And then, kind of slowly add those foods back in and see how your body responds to it. But this is one of the reasons, guys, why a lot of men are dealing with gyno, because of the hormonal response from certain foods that they eat. And it could be raising estrogen. It could be raising a number of things, guys. But it's something you want to pay attention to. Sensitive foods. Figure out what your sensitive foods are. Identify them and cut them off. Cut the sensitive foods off that could be causing your gyno or making your gyno worse. All right. So that's a real huge big tip, guys. A humongous tip. Another thing with foods too, I want to say. Another thing with foods, I noticed too. Obviously, I ain't even say it, but fast food. So highly inflammatory foods, highly inflammatory foods that literally raise the inflammation markers in your body, like fast food, like Jack in the Box, like Sonic, like wherever you live at and whatever fast food restaurants you got or you go to. Pay attention to your body, your chest, your nipples, your gyno, and see what it's looking like. And that'll help you understand what you need to kind of start falling back from. That's what that one thing right there helped me out a lot. I started to notice a huge difference once I started cutting these foods off. All right. So yeah, that's a real big one and huge one, guys. Now, here's another thing with food. You want to start eating foods that's going to block aromatase. Okay? Naturally. Foods that block aromatase. All right? The reason why I say that is because when you have a high aromatase level in your body, all your body is going to be doing is just turning your testosterone right back into estrogen. It's going to convert your androgens right back into estrogen. And guess what that's going to cause, man? It's going to cause your estrogen to raise, and higher estrogen causes what? Higher gyno, or a higher symptom of gyno. You got some men that's dealing with gyno in one nipple, which is unilateral gynecomastia, right? Let me tell you, I'm here to believe that most of the men that's dealing with gyno in one nipple, that is 100% hormonal right there. That is 100% hormonal. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I know and why I truly believe that's fact. Because most guys that are dealing with that are lean. Most guys that are dealing with gyno in one nipple or one side are lean. And a lot of guys that are lean, check this out. This is gonna fuck y'all up. This is gonna mess y'all mind up. Low estrogen can cause some bad effects too, right? Low estrogen can cause some side effects and some issues with your body and different things like that. A lot of these guys that get super, super duper lean, their estrogen either gets super low, and then it causes a huge imbalance in their hormonal system, and their body start going through ups and downs of estrogen because the body's trying to balance out. That can cause big issues with that. All right. So, period, no matter what, guys, most of the time when you're dealing with gynecomastia, it's simply because of a hormonal disruption. All right. I'm going to repeat that one more time. It's simply because of a hormonal disruption. Okay. Something has knocked your hormones off, right? Or your hormones are off somewhere. Okay. And that can cause, it's crazy. It's like a chain reaction. Like one hormone being messed up or tripping can cause all the other hormones to start tripping too. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. You know what I'm saying? I'm quoting scripture on y'all. You feel me? A little leaven leavens the whole lump. So like once you got one hormone that's bugging, all the other ones are going to bug out too because they're like, wait, the system isn't right. I'm just giving y'all an analogy. This is not scientific at all, y'all, but y'all understand what I'm saying. You know, most of the time when certain hormones are either too low or too high, it can cause other issues with other hormones because it's a hormonal system. It's the endocrine system, okay? These hormones work together. So when there isn't synergy, there's going to be some issues and problems. So definitely something to think about, guys. But that's one thing that could really help lower your gynecomastia. All right. But for the most part, guys, these things are really going to help you. All right. The stuff that I went over in this video, these things are really going to help you, right? Lowering your body fat. Okay. And then once you successfully do that and you're hitting your muscles right, you got a great workout routine, you keeping your cortisol at a decent place. After you get lean, not real lean, or at least lean enough to where, you can see, striations, like you look pretty decent, your body fat's low, then you can go through your muscle building phase and you can really begin to cultivate your chest and build it exactly how you want it to look, depending on where your gyno sits on your chest and how your gyno looks. That's a whole different ball game, right? But you're gonna have to figure out if you need to lift the chest, if you need to lift, and this information is gonna be on the private group. It's gonna be on the private group, guys. It's gonna be on when you subscribe to that group. You'll be able to get all this information because I'm gonna be unloading all this information. I'm gonna be posting on there, and I got material from the course I'm gonna put in there. But you need to figure out if you're gonna have to lift your chest, if your chest needs lifting, if I'm gonna give this one away to y'all without even being subscribed to the group. You keep hearing from people saying, "Oh, don't do decline bench press because that causes gynecomastia, that causes gyno or man boobs." That's bullshit. Decline bench press does not cause man boobs or gyno. And you heard that from Black Superman. And if anybody want to debate, go ahead and get whoever disagrees with me and bring them on. I'll bring them on my own podcast and we'll debate on my podcast because I got so much information to back up what I'm saying. Decline bench press or push up or any of that shit or any of that does not cause man boobs. All right. What it does is it develops the lower chest. It develops your lower chest. It's going to actually build that cut there, that cow that you want there, right? And it fills out the lower chest. Now, obviously, if you already have a fully developed lower chest and you just keep focusing on decline and you ain't focusing on nothing else, then yeah, after years and years of building muscle, obviously, yeah, your lower chest is going to become more bigger and dominant, and it may look kind of like titties, but it's not going to look like the gyno that we talking about. It's not going to look like the gyno that you're dealing with, right? It's not gonna look like that. But in a nutshell, making sure that you focus on developing that. Like a lot of you guys, or a lot of my guys, even me, the reason why my gyno looked so bad was because my lower chest was underdeveloped. It was underdeveloped. So pretty much down in that region, since it wasn't a lot of muscle in my lower chest, fat would sit there. A lot of fat would sit there, and it would just kind of sag a little, kind of like hang and point. You understand? Once I started to develop my lower chest and I started doing decline bench press and I started looking like, once I was getting my pumps and shit like that, I'm like, yo, man, this is actually helping my chest, man. It's actually changing and cultivating and changing the way that my chest look. That's what you want to go for, guys, and lowering your gyno. Don't listen to these dudes that don't deal with gyno. They don't know what they're talking about. All right. That's why y'all here watching me, because y'all have seen my videos. You can go to all my videos of the past. Y'all know I've been dealing with gyno for years, and y'all have also seen my success. And you've seen the different videos of my successes. So that's the big one. Make sure that you focus on cultivating your chest correctly and doing it right. Okay, doing it right. Some of you guys may need to develop more of your lower chest. Some of my guys may need to focus on widening the side, the outer pec. You may need more development out in the outer pec. Okay? 9 times out of 10, if your gyno looks very noticeable, it's because your chest is underdeveloped, man. Period. And I'm here to tell y'all that alone will lower the noticeability of your gyno. If you develop your chest, if you begin to focus on doing things that's going to fully develop your chest. And this is why you're going to have to go through a cutting phase and lowering body fat, and then going through a muscle building phase where you're building muscle. Because if you ain't at somewhat of a surplus, you're not going to build muscle and develop muscle in these areas. It's not going to expand. You're not going to be able to recreate the way your chest looks. So this is key. See, that's what makes me different from any other personal trainer out here, all right? Because I specifically know what it takes to change the way that your chest actually looks. You understand? There's different approaches that you got to take. It's not like somebody compete for well, in a nutshell, it is like somebody competing for a bodybuilding contest, but obviously when you're competing for a bodybuilding contest, you're focusing on your entire body. You understand? Your whole body. So that's something to definitely think about, guys. But that's really the biggest thing. The biggest key that I just gave you is what I just said. That, and obviously understanding how your body responds to certain foods. But I just gave y'all some great information, man. And this stuff in this video can really, really get you in the right direction of lowering the noticeability of your gyno. But look, guys, if y'all want the more detailed, powerful information, I highly recommend you. If that's what you want, go to this link here, go through the application. It's like 4 questions, answer the questions, and we'll start approving people in the group. I want to say tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow. If this video already been released, then you won't have to worry about it. We're probably gonna start approving people right away. But pretty much once you go through the questions, we'll go through the questions with you, and then we'll let you know, like, hey, all right, boom, you're interested in getting started. We'll send you the invoice link. Do that, boom, you'll be given access to the group. So it's essentially like OnlyFans, guys, but I'm just using the Facebook group to do it because OnlyFans is giving me hell, and that's fine. I thought about it. I don't even want to work with OnlyFans anyway because, you know, that's a whole bunch of bullshit anyway. I ain't got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help my guys out. So look, man, there's definitely more information that I can go into. Like I said, a lot of it is everything is going to be in the group. Everything's going to be in the private group. Everything that you need is going to be there. But I just want to make sure I touched everything though before I end this video, or at least the stuff that I can just hand y'all now for free, because I want to make sure I give y'all a good amount of information. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Oh, that's right. I didn't get a chance to go into this. Aromatase, focus on things that's going to naturally inhibit aromatase. Now, y'all know Virility. Y'all know I dropped Virility, right? Virility, my natural testosterone support supplement. Now, with this product, it helps boost testosterone. It does more than just help with supporting testosterone levels. It does that. It also helps balance cortisol levels, and it also helps with dealing with aromatase. So while you're in your gyno lowering phase and journey, it would be smart to take Virility too because of the natural herbs in it that help lower and block aromatase. So guys, if you're interested in getting Virility, it's at superhumanlabs.store. All right. If you're interested in getting it. But you know, that's something right there that really can help with blocking aromatase or lowering aromatase. Because aromatase is the biggest culprit, guys. So like I said, man, I really enjoyed giving y'all this information in this video. And hey, contact me. Oh, another thing too, when y'all actually join that group, you also have access to contact me whenever you want on Facebook. So I'm pretty tied in with people that support me and rock with what I got going on. So don't worry, guys. If y'all got any specific questions and stuff, I'll be here for you, man. Also, hit me up on Instagram. Let me make sure I got my stuff up. Y'all can hit me up on IG, guys. I've been going crazy on IG, dropping all kinds of workout videos and just me doing my thing. And I'm about to get back to the valuable information as well on there. But let me pull that up real quick. There we go. But yeah, y'all. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna do this thing, man. But follow me on Instagram, guys. The.blacksuperman. All right. And look, let's keep lowering this gyno, man. I'm excited. I'm glad I put this on the podcast because there's a lot of men out there that's going through gyno, and there's even a lot of men that don't even know what the hell's going on, don't know what's wrong. So let's also share this video and share these videos, guys, so we can get this information out there. But look, you already know what it is, man. It's Black Superman representing Virility Kings, and most importantly, guys, no matter what you do, always embrace your masculinity. All right, embrace your masculinity. Salute.